Happy Monday. Holy hell, I'm tired. Finally finished a bridge over my creek. I was down there yesterday from 8 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm a tired bitch. I ain't gonna freaking lie. I definitely need a damn nap, for sure. And then we got the baby goats in the house, so we are feeding around every couple hours, bottle feeding baby goats. So, how was y'all's weekend? Anything fun and exciting happen?
Well, I still haven't built my bridge, so I mean, you're still beating me.
Which is usually the case.
I built my bridge about 15 years ago.
Still standing?
There you go.
Your bridge still standing, Otis?
Oh, hell yeah, it is. I'm an engineer. I got a piece of paper on the wall that says it.
Okay. Trust that piece of paper. All right, that's good.
I mean, I have a lot of pieces of paper that could say a lot of things. It doesn't mean I'm actually the thing.
Well, I didn't say I put a guarantee on it. I mean, it's my guarantee.
Enough.
My bridge, my guarantee, right?
Right. Cross at your own risk.
Something
happens, that's on you. You chose to cross the bridge.
Yeah. I went to a Lorcana tournament. It's Disney's trading card game.
Lorcana?
So
never even heard of it.
Lorcana is it's Disney's new trading card game. Came out a year or two ago, maybe. And me and my buddy started getting into it. We played Magic the Gathering for years. And so Disney came out with a trading card game, and we said we'll give it a shot. And we're actually really enjoying it. So we went to a tournament yesterday.
Disney fought Goofy or Mickey fought Goofy?
Yeah, pretty much. You've got Goofy, you've got Pluto, you've got.
When we say geek out and on the things you want to geek out on, we don't mean go full geek, Peyton.
Oh no, you told me to let everybody know just how much of a nerd I am. So I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah,
that's great.
Well, if we're sharing, then I'll share. I had a birthday yesterday.
Oh, sweet!
65 finally.
I am entering the 7th decade, so 60 was yesterday.
Wow. Damn, Otis, you actually look good for being old as shit.
That's the makeup. I had Miss Suzanne hang me up this morning.
Well, and I met your wife, and she's obviously blind to be married to you. So,
yes, she is. She's very forgiving too.
Right? 60, man. I remember hitting 40, and 40 just felt old to me.
Don't tell me that. That's next year.
I got 50 coming up in 2 years. So,
damn, you better get to work,
right? Crazy. 60.
I'm 26, and almost every week my SCN chapter reminds me that I don't know what tapes are, cassettes. Like, do you even know what a CD is? I'm like, fuck all of y'all. Yes, I know what these things are.
You're just a wee lad.
Exactly. Yep. I get that every week.
You know what an 8-track is?
I do know what an 8-track is.
You learned it in history in elementary school.
I did.
I don't even think my kids know what a real phone is. Although we did go to a restaurant that had an old payphone, and we started to try to play with it. It was disconnected. It was sad.
Oh, I love those videos though that they like bring a whole bunch of stuff in from like the 80s and stuff that we grew up with, and like rotary phones and whatnot, and hand them to kids and try and see what they think they're used for. And these kids are looking at this stuff and literally have no idea how to do some of this stuff.
Serena says happy birthday to you, Otis.
Oh, thank you, Serena.
So, man, 60. God, Otis, that's just old.
Yeah, well, there's only one other option.
This is well said.
I mean, you get to choose, dude. You get to choose.
That's so awesome. All right, P, let's roll that game.
All right, here we go. All right. Good morning. We're all going to look stupid, and we're going to play some riddles.
Oh, Lord.
We're 2 people down today, too.
No. It's okay. Serena's in the comments, so we might have a chance.
Oh, good. Okay.
She always the one saves our ass.
Yeah, no shit. If you drop me, I'm sure to crack. But give me a smile, and I'll smile. I'll always smile back. What am I?
A joke?
No.
Oh, that's a good answer, though.
That is a fun answer, though.
An A, because you crack it and it's sunny side up.
Oh, no.
No.
Interesting. This one is a mirror.
Oh.
Drop it, it cracks.
I like mine better. Joke.
Yeah.
That one was fun. Keys but open no locks. I have space but no room. You can enter, but you can't go outside.
Keys. The only thing I thought of was a piano.
You're on the right track. There are other things that have keys. That is,
What else has keys?
you typed on one today to get
Keyboard?
into
Keyboard.
a keyboard. Yeah. I like the idea. Like there, you can enter because there's the enter, but you can't go outside. Like that's fun. A keyboard. Fly without wings, cry without eyes. Wherever I go, darkness follows me. What am I? Maybe Serena's not great at riddles because she said a goldfish cracker.
We need to go back to Wordle. I fly without wings. I cry without eyes.
Yeah.
Could it be just the sky?
You're really close with the sky.
Clouds?
Clouds.
Clouds. Yeah,
Oh.
clouds. What?
Do clouds actually cry?
Well, it's
called
raining.
I know what they were insinuating, but
What has to be broken before you can use it?
guys, dudes, men.
No. Otis, you said this answer earlier for the smile
Oh,
one.
egg?
An egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Egg has to be broken before you can use it. What has one eye but can't see?
I got so many wrong answers that
Yep.
cannot be said live.
Maybe I should skip it. You have too many wrong answers, Donnie.
A needle.
Yeah. You fucking nailed it. A needle.
Boom.
See, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Mm.
I'm easy to lift, but hard to throw. What am I?
Air, water. I don't know.
Air, water. This one was an odd answer, but I thought it was funny because I just like the idea of seeing Donnie try to throw a feather. He's like, I can throw that. Watch this. He's like, it won't go far, but I'll fucking throw it. And I was like, that'll be a good one.
Sure, I've
Fun
tried
one.
on the farm with all the damn feathers we have everywhere.
Yeah, it's a good mental image. Donnie, bet you can't throw a feather. Fuck you. Watch this.
Never.
What kind of lion never roars?
Not a sea lion, because, yeah.
Right. This one.
Dandelion.
Dandelion. I was gonna say this one's a plant. Dandelion. There you
Damn,
go.
I'm good.
On a roll.
I'm not gonna tell you you're good. I have a head and a tail, but I don't have a body.
A
Coin.
coin.
A coin. Fuck
Look at
yeah.
this shit.
Okay, we'll do one more and then we'll move on. I have many teeth, but I can't bite.
Zipper.
Ooh, zipper's a good one. It's not the one I have written down, but I'd accept zipper.
I mean,
What I wrote down was a comb.
I'd say zipper can bite.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're right. Absolutely right.
Oh, too sad.
Yeah, it's fun. I like riddles. This morning I had Genevieve set up the riddles for me yesterday, so I wasn't sure what the answers were. I had to pop up on the second screen so I could give hints because I am still waking up for sure. I woke up maybe 10 minutes ago and was like, okay, I gotta get over there. I gotta set everything up. And then I got here and waited for everybody to get in the room. I was like, this is different. But it was fun. I enjoyed those riddles.
Nice. Let's roll that beautiful.
This is Otis McGregor, CEO of Tribe Plus Purpose. Every company has its own version of success. Otis's team guides businesses into discovering what their unique success is, so that even on your worst day, you can find success if you choose to look for it, celebrate it, and build on it. And today, Otis gets the hot seat with the Success Champions team.
Whoa, well, great intro, Mr. Otis. It's been a lot of fun to get to know you and your son Cam. First met through podcasting, and now you're a member of Tropic Thunder. So, awesome to have you hang out. That is a fun group. Then Jess, Elizabeth, and I came out and got to meet you and your wife for a few cocktails and appetizers. So, tell the world a little bit about.
How was that show, by the way?
Do what?
How was the show y'all went to?
Oh, dude, Les Mis, absolutely the most amazing musical I've ever seen in my life. And I haven't seen a whole lot of musicals. I've seen Oklahoma, saw Phantom of the Opera, and then Wicked, and now Les Mis. And dude, I don't know how you're ever going to top Les Mis. My God, that was
pretty cool. If you haven't seen that one, yeah.
Moulin Rouge is on the list next, so we're gonna go see that one. I never thought I'd be a guy that watched freaking musicals. Right, I've just not ever grown up in that world. If it wasn't for Elizabeth, we wouldn't be doing it. So,
I was gonna say, I think Stevie might have started opening that door for you too.
Yeah, a little bit. So, but Otis, introduce yourself, who you are, and how can we help you today?
Yeah, Otis McGregor. Like the intro said, founder of Tribe and Purpose. We are creating a legacy of great leaders because we believe that great leaders create great organizations. And when we have great organizations in our communities, we have better communities. We have better communities around the world. We'll have a better world. So that is what gets my broke old ass up out of bed every morning to go do PT and kick off the day because I want to create some more great leaders. So yeah, that's who I am in Colorado.
Nice. What's the biggest thing we can help you with today?
It's get in front of the right people. So I'll give you the background. Talk to a lot of people. Get a lot of people that say, man, that's great stuff. I need that. And get a lot more that are like, okay, I don't need leadership. I got this. I'm a great leader myself. Just ask all my team as they quit and leave their company or their company fails. So it's getting in front of the right people. Those people that are humble enough to know that leadership requires constant training, and it's a skill that you have to continuously refine. You ain't got it because you spent 30 years in the military. You ain't got it because you founded a company. So who are those people and where are they?
Awesome. Who do you work
Fair
with?
Enough. And I can tell you, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to ask, who are those people that you work with in general? Like, get us narrowed down on who you specifically serve.
Sure. Small business leaders. I like to refer to them as the CEO founder of a small business, roughly 5 to 20 million in revenue. Not that we can't go smaller or larger. We've done both. And generally speaking, veterans, because there's an instant bona fides with those veterans, and they have an understanding of.
Hold on, I gotta ask, what the hell is bona fides?
It's French. So there's right along Les Mis. Bona fides is the code that you use to verify that somebody is who they say they are.
Oh, all right.
I don't know what it actually stands for, like a literal translation, but that's what we've always used it in the units. So
did it translate to bona fide once?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We
bastardize it.
Yeah, we'll think challenge password. That's another great way of thinking about it, Donnie. So
Got it.
coming back in the lines, you got your number combinations, your code words, things like that, bona fides.
Right. So when you're doing leadership coaching, are you doing one-on-one? Is it workshops? Is it classroom style? What is it?
So we have a course, the Green Beret Leadership Program. That's a series of videos. And then what we do is the cohort that's going through it meets twice a month for what we call the implementation call. The implementation call is taking those lessons that you watched this week and how do you apply it in your life, in your business right now. So it's not just another lecture. It's implementing the lessons that you learned.
Awesome.
And what kind of company? Yeah, sorry, I got a lag, I guess. What kind of companies have you worked with in the past?
Well, the everything from a chemical company, but I did a series of one-on-one coaching with them, a large multi-billion-dollar company, to a handful of small businesses in the couple million to 15 million, services primarily. So to answer a direct question, the services industry.
Awesome. What do you have working right now?
Meeting people, being introduced to the right people. We do a lot. We were talking about this the other night when we got together. We do a lot on social media, and it's for us, it's a very slow growth point in there. Both YouTube, LinkedIn, all the channels seem to get the most from meeting the right people. Networking event that I was at last week, I got a couple of great hot leads, but it's the large that's not scalable, and that's where we're looking to grow. Is how do we scale this? Because I'm not a social person, so going to networking things all the time ain't my spiel. So I don't mind meeting people, but I don't like going and doing the grip and grin so what do you do? Oh, okay. Well, what do you do? And that sort of thing.
So one of the things that I continue to understand in this day and age, that building a following has a massive impact on your business. And really doubling down on getting people to lean into your thought leadership and the things that you talk about. So what are you doing if you don't want to do the grip and grin, which I think you should absolutely triple, quadruple down on and do a hell of a lot more of, what are you doing to get on stages, host your own events, bringing people together that can see you actually perform and do the things that you want to be doing?
Yeah, that's getting on stages is something that I'm trying to focus a bit more on. We do a twice a week podcast. So that is out there, and we do daily posts on social media. So Monday through Friday, and at least one on the weekend on all the social media platforms. And I do go to those happy hour things, the networking things, generally, I don't know, 2 to 3 a month is what I try to do, the in-person ones. So that's what we're currently doing.
Question for you. Yep. We all got something now. That's exciting. I was going to say, do you have any kind of referrals program? Like anybody that says, hey, I've got this guy and it's a hot lead or a warm lead and it turns into business for you. Do you give anything back? It's like, hey, thanks for sending me somebody. Just something do you have something like that, or have you thought of something like that?
I've thought of it, but I haven't done anything where I'm like, well, I take that back. I have advertised that when we launched the Green Beret Leadership Program last year. I'm pretty sure we had we did that. And right now, as another thing that we're doing, Camden is building a commission-based sales team. He's been working with them for a couple of months to get that cycle going, using Facebook to target people.
Gotcha. I bring it up because it's like if word of mouth is what's scaling your company right now, or scaling, or at least sending you out there, try and ignite it to get other people to spread that word of mouth even more.
Mm-hmm.
It's not guaranteed to work, but it's something that will help push people towards spreading your information out there, rather than just yeah, I might know a guy. Just an idea.
So you said you were launching online courses. Is there a community aspect to your online courses? Do you have a space for everyone to communicate, especially since you're in the veterans world? There is a lot of language that you guys pass back and forth, like bona fide, that normal civilians don't understand. Do you have that space for all of your leaders to collaborate together?
You mean like a Slack channel or something like that? Or no, we
Yeah.
haven't gotten to that point where we've done that.
Okay, so part of your brand is tribe. How are you building your tribe?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that tribe space, now you're on off mark of what your tribe is. That's just a bunch of people coming through a course, buying something, and then coming to implement. Really think you need to embrace that tribe portion of your community, and bringing everyone together, and having everyone be that leader that leads everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking through your LinkedIn content right now. I've been scrolling as these guys were talking to you, and you're putting out a great volume, lots of videos, great mix of stuff. The biggest thing that's missing is there's nothing personal on your stuff. You're teaching every post. Like something that I think people leave out quite often is vulnerability wins. I learned this from Adriana Tika. There's two styles of posting. There's how I, and then there's how to. You're doing all how to. It's what it looks like. Now I can't listen to the videos right now, but you're spending all the time teaching, which is, there's nothing wrong with putting out teaching content. It's the right thing to do. But to get people to lean into your world, they've got to meet you as a person. I like the fact that a lot of times you're in smoking a cigar, sitting around a campfire, all these kind of stuff in your videos. But when's the last time you shared a tough moment, a struggle, something that you're facing on a personal level? When's the last time you talked about just hanging out with your wife, or hanging out with Cam, or brought them into meet you versus what you do? So the how I post is what really builds your following and gets people to lean into your world. This is why, for example, I do Baby Goat Sunday, or, I'll talk about, how hard it was to build a company, or I'll talk about, almost losing the farm and things like that along the lines, because that's what really starts getting people to lean into you as an individual. And I think Jess is spot on with the tribe. I would be very thoughtful in who I put that tribe together. I don't think you want a tribe of people that are trying to become leaders. I think you want a group of mid-market leaders, managers and alike, and try and bring them together, because those are the people that are going to be working with the overall teams and companies you want to be working with, versus the individuals who want to learn how to do leadership. All right, you want companies to be paying for a bigger community and aspect of it all. But yeah, you got to start introducing people to you more as a person.
Okay, that's a great point. I mean, the closest I come is the whiskey and cigars, and it's still very much a how to.
Yeah,
I will share, and I forgot to mention this to you the other day too. We did kick off our Steel Men Tribe. And our Steel Men Tribe is a small group of men leading with masculine leadership, working together because men work better together, shoulder to shoulder. And masculine leadership, the way I define it, is a propensity to take action, to attack the problem. Maybe not sit around and talk and think about it and chit chat about it. It's identification of a problem and moving forward into the problem. So that is what we're doing. That's one of our probably our most successful growth and tribe so far.
So there's a chance that may be hurting you. And let me explain. If you're wanting to work with mid-market companies, having a steel men tribe, you just eliminated half the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So something to think about. Does that idea align with the target companies you want to go after? Is that sending the message out to the marketplace that says, hey, you want me to come in and train your leaders, which may be all over the freaking map as far as male, female, or do you only want to work with male only companies? And I don't mean to put you on the spot that way. You don't have to answer that question.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know the reality of it. There's you can't expect to scale at any in the business world and do that. So that's why this tribe is not in the same category as everything else.
No. What workshops and things are you hosting?
I do a monthly live masterclass once a month.
How many people are attending that, and who's attending?
Just a handful, like less than 5.
How are you promoting it?
I invite people on Facebook and LinkedIn, and I also include notifications of it. We do 3 weekly emails. We do my newsletter, Monday Moments newsletter, Mondays. We do the Tribe Connections on Wednesday, and then the In Case You Missed It on Friday. And in each one of those, I say, hey, it's coming up on this date. And then the other thing I do is I host a whiskey and cigars at my house about every 6 weeks or so.
Tell me about the whiskey and cigars.
Group of guys getting together and building a tribe kind of informally, sitting around out back, and the weather is cooperating around a fire and having a couple of whiskeys, some snacks, and a cigar.
Donnie, are you asking for personally or for professionally?
Yes. I'll come smoke a pipe, but
so my question is, how is that scalable?
That is not, because I cap it at 10. I send the invite out to about 50 people. And the first 10 that get back to me are the ones that I invite to come.
What happens if you open it up?
It gets too crowded and it defeats the purpose, because I've found over the years that any group over 10, when you hit 10, the little micro breakouts start to happen.
Is that a limiting belief?
It depends on how you're looking at it. For what I'm looking at, the whiskey and cigars as a intimate invite only thing. No, it's not limiting, because I want the guys that are coming to sit around and get to know each other and build those relationships there, not break off. Because I had one where count got messed up and I had about 14 people here, and I noticed it proved my my assumption of it.
What's your role at the Scotch and whiskey or whatever for cigars?
I host it. I introduce the guys. I'm the guys. Yeah. So what do you mean by role?
So I'm trying to understand, what's the point of doing this whiskeys and cigars?
Initially it was a business development thing. I was targeting people that I didn't see that often, that I felt like could be good referrals. And then it shifted into a bit more social.
Okay.
Are you pissing people off because you send 50 invites out and only 10 people can attend? And so that's not doing well for your brand, because you're pissing off 40 people that can't come?
No, because I haven't, in a weird sort of way. I've only had that one time where I had more than 10 people, just everybody's schedule. Because I ran about a month out. I picked the date and I send the email. And, if you've got something on that date, then they don't reply.
So, and these are all people that are close to you in Colorado. Is that right?
Yeah.
Cam's down in Arizona,
Tucson. Yeah.
Tucson. How's Cam's whiskey and cigars going?
It's not.
Why not?
Yeah, good question.
Right. What? Who's somebody else that you used to serve with, or really well? How's their whiskey and cigar going?
I don't have anybody else that does that I know of.
Right. But I'm betting a lot of veterans that could.
Yeah.
My whole point is if it's bringing people together in a social club, if it's feeding the business, right? Can you create that environment in other places? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you started at a secondary one in Colorado that you could go to every once in a while, but had somebody else kind of bringing the people in. Right. So think something of value is like when we, started Success Champions, we, are bringing groups of people together. It's really done well to build personal brands, to build the company, bring a lot of clientele to us because we are basically replicating, one group over and over again, helping a lot of people. And then you look at things like our summit, over 50% of the attendees are members of Success Champions Networking. Right. So if that whiskey and cigar is feeding the company at all, then how do you replicate that and scale it up? And that's, you find other people to start those type of things for you.
Okay.
The other thing to think about is, okay, if 10 is the thing that works, how do you create an event that brings 100 people together, but you have 10 group leaders? Right. And now you become the overall speaker leader of the thing, but you are doing it now at scale. I think also if you want to lean on a veterans thing, you got to go louder with the veterans thing. People don't always understand that how much they have to lean into what they're trying to create and what they're talking about. So if it's veterans, then does your content focus on speaking to veterans? Are you using the veteran vernacular? That was me trying to use a big word. Using the veteran words, in your content as you're focused on it, and the likes. And are you teaching from this is what I learned in the Green Berets?
Mm-hmm.
So with a lot of your content. So,
I would also challenge your mindset. I know I keep on going back to expand it beyond the 10 people. When you get beyond 10 people, you got to think of what is your responsibility as a host at the event. It's not to sit and chit chat with everyone. It's your responsibility to move people around the room to break up those cliques. And so everyone is talking to each other. Okay. Your role changes as you become a host of larger events, of making sure that people aren't staying in their comfort zone and that they're getting introduced to the new people and moving the room around and saying, who do you need to be? Okay, you come over here, break off from this group and go over here and talk to these people. So that way everyone has this good experience and everyone makes new connections to continue the conversations outside of what the happy hour or the whiskey and cigar really is.
Okay.
I'm actually okay with the 10 just because of the intimacy of the experience. One thing you could do to kick up those events is who's going to be there? Are these high value targets for everybody? Right? What's the caliber is a strong word, but what's the caliber of individuals showing up? If I show up, am I going to meet people that are going to move my life and business forward? or am I going to meet peers? Like, what's the expectation of the room? Because if you tell me it's going to level me up because of people I'm sitting around with are, doing bigger and better things than I'm doing, then you're going to get more demand to be around that campfire.
Yeah. So we did say, you did say that it's turned more into a social club. If you come at it at a business perspective of, we're here to socialize, but we're also here to get business done, that ups the level of people wanting to get in the door to be part of this group.
Yeah, I like that. And, truthfully, I've kind of kept it in the down low, if you will, because I was trying to respect some of the individuals, because some of the individuals are heavy hitters.
And I would say, who can you bring in? Like, you have the business aspect of it, but who can you bring in that's a cigar specialist? That bring them in and do a session. We went to a wine club, and we had this French lady that was there, and she knew the history of every single wine around the country, and it was just an amazing event because you knew the history behind the wine. You just weren't there drinking wine, and them talking about the flavor. So find those people that really dive in and nerd out on those the whiskey and the cigars and bring them in for educational moments.
Have you ever thought about doing a retreat, or have you done a retreat?
I've got one planning one for August, calling it the Rendezvous down at the ranch. So yes.
And what's going to happen at the retreat?
Yeah, that's the hard part. I can do the logistics. That's the easy part. It's the how do you make it valuable over a Friday evening to Sunday morning.
Well, the short answer is experiences.
Yeah.
What are the experiences? What's that thing's what, 200 acres, 300 acres? I forget.
300
acres. There's a lot of things you can do on 300 acres.
Oh yeah.
Right. So think about, the Scotch and cigars, start there.
Mm-hmm.
The original plan for you was business development. What caused it to turn into a social club?
Because guys I know that likely will never do business with found out about it, and said, "Hey, when's the next one?" So,
you don't have to invite everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
Got to protect it like you would protect your
if
calendar.
They want to come, one of the things you can do is, okay, you got to come, but you have to bring this type of person with you. Right. So you can come, but you need to bring a mid-market manager, leader, vice president, somebody of influence to be able to sit around the campfire. You need to make it more exclusive versus anybody can come just because they know you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
and that leads me to, what are you doing to bring new conversations into your realm? Also known as cold outreach. I'm not going to call it that because no one likes cold outreach, but what are you doing to bring those new conversations into your world?
LinkedIn connections. That's one of them. That's probably the highest mass. And then people I meet at happy hours / networking events in town.
Yeah, I think you fell victim to what happens to a lot of people. Is they set out to do something and build something to have it grow their business, and then they forget that along the way, and it becomes fun, happy social hour. Versus what it was set out to be. Nothing wrong with a social hour, but if it's meant to grow your business, then you got to get it back to that.
Right.
So taking that down to the idea of the retreat, start with the end in mind. What do you need them to have accomplished, learned, or created by the time they leave? So when we think about the summit, we go, okay, what's the thing we want to make sure that they are putting into action by the time they're done with 3 days?
Yeah.
And I'd also have them, and this is something Donnie teaches a lot, is as you go into these smaller groups, what is their personal goal of developing business that they want to get out of it? So when I go to happy hours, I know I want to make at least 3 quality connections and follow up with them with a VC and maybe one that is an actual prospect. Once I'm done with that, I'm out of there. That has really worked for me. And I pulled that from Donnie's book. So,
yeah. Thanks. Also think about, how am I using the scotch and cigars as they're my immediate audience that I can ask all kinds of questions of. So how often do you put yourself in front of them and go, okay, guys, I need some help. I want to put a retreat together, right? I want it to be 3 days. What would get you guys to come spend 3 days on a 300-acre farm or ranch, right? And let them help you build it, right? And then go, okay, of these guys, who's got the most influence, right? Cool. I'm going to give you a free whatever, but I need you to bring 2 or 3 guys along the way to come and hang out at the retreat. And then ask things. Is, going on trail rides is a thing. Is popping open the shooting range a thing. What are the experiences? Do we want to bring in the hog hunting helicopters? Whatever it is, right? Which if you do that, let me know. I'm flying up. Right. What is it? And then, for you, is the retreat, then are they learning leadership? Are they learning, how to be a better individual? What's the focused for them to level up? And, if it's to be individually better, cool. How do you challenge them while they're out there? What's something that is physically or mentally challenged they have to face out there? Do you want people to, get better at their overall skills? Then it's more general. But if it's more focused on the individual leveling up, then you've got to build it and give them those experiences to where they can level up on themselves. And if it's too physical, I'm not flying up.
You're gonna walk. Is that what
right,
you
right, right.
The ranch is south, so it's south. It's close.
It also kind of feels like you need to be getting into rooms with more higher caliber people, right? So when you think about the people you need to talk to, like, what associations are you attending?
I've got SCN, and then I've got another one called Achieve Systems that I attend regularly and speak at about once a quarter or so. But it's not a higher end.
Yeah, I would be looking in your area going, okay, where is an association that these mid-market leaders are going to be in? And with the retreat, what keeps going through my head is, how do you find the people that have never been out in the country like that, right? How do you tap in and get to those people? I know you want to focus on veterans, but if you really want that corporate game, now you go find, Billy and Johnny, who grew up in the city, have never been out in the country in their damn life whatsoever, right? And you give them kind of that veteran experience, would be a whole different twist on, how you're doing this. Oh,
I would also look at nonprofits that you need to be involved in. You got to be careful in that veteran nonprofit space, but
believe me, I know that.
yeah.
I'd avoided the veteran nonprofit space altogether. Spoken from a veteran.
I do a lot there, but yes, I have to. yeah, they will suck me dry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it's more of who can you meet
Mm-hmm.
and network with in those nonprofits to get you further to be part of your culture in that business development. So you're not going after the smaller nonprofits, you're going after the larger established nonprofits.
So something else is, what's your favorite cigar lounge close to where you live?
I really don't have one, to tell you the truth.
Where do you buy your cigars?
Online.
You're missing a hell of an opportunity. Have you ever sat in a cigar lounge?
Yeah, I have.
Right.
That's yeah. You're 100% right. There's meeting some people in those sort of environments is yeah.
Because it takes so damn long to smoke a cigar, right? The conversations that happen while you're there. Rachel wants to know, where are you located? We are working on something similar. If you want to connect and collaborate, there you go. So it's on the screen.
I was trying to find where it was.
Oh.
Rachel Shishes.
I'm not even going to try because I'll butcher that last name. He's got a last name like I got that nobody can pronounce. So
great, Rachel. I'll hit you on LinkedIn.
Oh,
Here, I got an idea. For the older clients, ones that you've worked with before, are you collecting testimonials from them at all?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't seen
update them, but yes, I have quite a few.
Cool. Are they just text? Are they just words? Are they video? What are they?
Video. I've got quite a few on video. I posted several of them on my LinkedIn profile also.
Okay, because I was scrolling through and I couldn't find them yet, but I can keep scrolling. I bet I'll find them eventually.
There should be right there, like in that whatever that section is, near the about, right underneath.
Oh, I gotcha. I was scrolling through your posts. Okay.
Oh no, they're on the profile.
Gotcha. The featured section. That's where they are.
That's the word, feature. Yes.
The next thing is, whenever you reach out for those testimonials, you could also ask if they know anyone that you could help out as well. That's something that I had to learn. Donnie had to say that out loud, and I was like, shit, I'm already talking to my ICP. I should have just asked them if they know anybody similar. And then it just takes off from there. While you have them on the call or on the email, asking them to do a testimonial, ask them if they know anybody else that is similar that might need some services that you provide.
Mm-hmm.
Also think about, who are you guys interviewing on the podcast? I know I've been a guest on there.
Mm-hmm. It's entrepreneurs is probably like
define entrepreneur.
Business owners, small business.
What size companies?
Majority of them are less than 10 mil, my guess.
You need to change that up. Okay. So if you're trying to go after this bigger clientele, right? You need to start interviewing people that are in. Think about it this way: your podcast should become one of your biggest prospecting tools, because you're interviewing your prospects.
Yep.
Would you sell to me, Otis? Because I'm a girl. Okay, I'll come hang out on the ranch and do a retreat. And
right. Well, I think it's a huge missed opportunity for a lot of people to with their podcasts, because let's be honest, podcasts don't get that many downloads. So if we're going to take the time to do it, let's at least use it as a tool that gets us in the right conversation. So your cold outreach could literally be reaching out to a vice president of a $20 million company, a mid-market manager of a $20 million company, something, and saying, hey, I bet you got a really cool story. Would you care to come tell it on my podcast? As a means to get in front of a bunch of people, to start having a lot cooler conversations. Because what happens inevitably on every podcast interview is you go to interview, and then there's the talk afterwards, which is, the fun, get to know you stuff after the interview. That's your prime opportunity to say, hey, maybe we should potentially sit down and talk about what leadership program would look like inside your company. right? And the odds of people saying yes, they want to be interviewed are pretty damn high, because anybody who's trying to grow, with a company, freaking the idea that somebody wants to interview them is pretty rad.
Mm-hmm.
So
And people like to talk about themselves
all day long.
Oh,
So, is there, some sort of award program like Management of Excellence Awards or something where they're listing a bunch of people that would be prime targets for you to go after? I just like low-hanging fruit when it comes to list. So it's, hey, saw you just won this Manager of the Year award, or whatever. Probably something you could type into LinkedIn and find people too.
Vet 100, that conference I was at, that was just last week.
Friggin' any one of those guys, if they fit the profile, you can reach out as, hey, saw you were listed as one of the Vet 100s. Would love to come in and tell your story on the podcast and how you guys got there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Just those type of things make it really, really easy to get in cool conversations. It sounds like Otis is, and I mean this with all the love, brother, you're playing at business. You're not playing offense in business. You're passively coming at all of this because you have the social with cigars. You're interviewing, people that may not be the fit. You're doing a lot of what I struggle with to remind myself to do, which is, hey, we got to go play offense. We got to go find clients. We got to go find people. We got to go do the things that are hard to actually build our client base. So it's, how do you get yourself laser focused on, this is my actual business development activities. These are the things that I will do each week to, proactively get myself in front of the people that can say yes to me on scale. And it's all the shit that sucks, right? It's going to the events, it's reaching out to get on stages, it's cold DMing people, it's asking the uncomfortable questions of, hey, would you ever consider leadership training for your company? It's all that stuff. How are you on a daily basis putting yourself in a position to do those hard things? And what I'm the world's class winner at is finding all the other shit so I don't have to do those hard things.
Oh, yeah. You want to see the list?
Right. Now, I have to often, remind myself to go do those things, but I also am getting really good at finding other people to do those things for me. Right. So we got somebody helping us with, LinkedIn DMs. We got somebody helping us with content production on things, right? So where can I find people to do some of the things that I absolutely hate, not enjoy doing at all? So cold emailing sucks, Andrea says.
By the way, I just realized I've been on private chat the whole time. That's why I haven't seen any of the comments.
Oh, nice.
Jeez.
Nice. So
that's funny. I never knew that. I've been on the show for it. Anyways, so I would say also add to that, what things do you have to follow up with these people in place to bring them into your circles to continue to continue that relationship? Because an email newsletter is great, but that also gets somewhat lost in the email. So what other things that are unexpected can you do to stay in front of these people? That's one of the things that I see entrepreneurs and people that are heavily into networking and building their community do, is they meet the person, they're like, hey, come join my community, but then it just drops off. And there's no follow-up, and they expect them to be excited because they brought them into community, where we have to commit the time to them for them to really come into our community and be part of our world.
Nice. 100%. I've seen that in some other groups, and I've seen it like spike and then fade off, and meaning, okay, that effort drained.
That fade off is where it starts becoming a social group.
Yep.
100%. 100%. All right, we got about 5 minutes to get us out of here on time. So, Otis, kind of give us highlights of some of your takeaways and what are some of the things you're going to do with this information?
Number one is stop playing with it and get on the front foot, to use a rugby term.
I like it.
Foot and start going forward with what I'm doing. Specifically, I think that one hit the best is what are my BD activities this week? And I need to look at it that way. What are the BD activities I'm doing this week? Instead of just what's on my calendar and what else am I trying to do in the white space? What are my BD activities? Because then if I'm looking at it that way, then it's a priority.
You really want to scare the shit out of yourself? Pretend you just hired a sales guy and then map out what that sales guy would have to do to make their role successful. And everything you'd ask that salesperson to do is what you have to do.
Oh,
yeah. Because here's the thing, right? If we go through this process, and I've done it and it sucks, right? I've gone through this process where I've mapped out what a salesperson needs to do for me. And then I go, okay, this is what I'd have to do. Because if I won't do this, but I'd ask somebody else to do this, I'm an asshole. Right. But that's what it really takes to move the needle most times. And it sucks because it's a lot of hard work, not meaning like mowing a field, hard work. It's doing very hard fucking things because it's all the shit we're avoiding.
Yeah.
So awesome. Well, brother, thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Let's talk about upcoming events. What do you guys have anything coming that we need to promote for y'all? Jess?
I'm postponing it till May, but my Think Big series is coming up first Wednesday of May. So I'll be putting that out here soon.
Nice. Peyton, you got anything coming up?
Not this Friday, but next Friday, the 11th, I'm actually producing a show with Paul McCartney.
Nice. Very cool.
Our guy, Paul McCartney, not the big one.
Oh.
That's how Otis's eyes lit up. I was like, he does not know Paul McCartney. But yeah, he's a great dude, but I've produced a show for him once before, and so this is going to be episode 2 for him. I'm excited.
That's awesome. Very cool.
Oh, First Thursday happy hour in Fort Worth at Bowl Lounge. So if you're in Fort Worth, come join us out there.
I think Mike and Ruth are coming out to this one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then we've got the Badass Business Summit, course September 17th through the 19th here in Fort Worth. This thing is really shaping up. We're getting ready to do some cool marketing around it. And we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes and make some very, very cool announcements. So
how are tickets looking on that one?
We're 50% sold out right now. So we just sold a few more tickets. So we're going to put a timer on for the early birds. So to let you know when we're going to raise the prices on the early bird tickets. So that's fixing to happen. So a lot of cool things coming along with that. So hell, Paul is a big guy. Fucking Woody. He's not really that big, Woody. I've seen him in person. He's kind of short, a little stumpy. So, but dude, Otis, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Thanks for having a good, fun conversation, guys. Make sure you're following Otis and checking him out. Look for his retreats and stuff. Just a good dude to know and hang out with. As always, guys, we are here every Monday, 8 a.m. Central to help you kick the week off and have a little bit of fun with it. So come hang out with us. Love you, mean it. See you. Bye.
Thanks.